Hey there, welcome to another episode of 2G1C. Um, it's been as you pointed out to me earlier, dude, been almost a whole fucking year roughly since you and I started doing this.
Yeah, man.
You know,
It's,
that's
it's
fucking
crazy.
awesome. Dude, that's fucking amazing. Here's
Yeah, dude,
David.
definitely.
Zoinks.
Zoinks! Gee,
We
Scoob!
definitely got a Scooby Doo fan in here. That's awesome, man. I appreciate you being here, David. So before we go ahead, introduce our guest and get talking about this movie, which our background probably does give away what we're talking about. I definitely want to make sure that I share off something that we are doing as well. So as some of you
We're
may
doing
or may
something?
I mean, we might be. I've definitely been talking about it here and there, but
Right, really, yeah.
for those who don't know, we are doing a comic book, and I went ahead and I showed and shared out the Kickstarter for it, and it's going pretty well. To say the least, we're over 200% funded. We're trying to do this as good as we can. We're unlocked our second stretch goal, and we want to keep going. We want to be able to give everybody something free for checking out what we're doing and being part of it. So, I mean,
Being supportive.
yeah, we appreciate everybody, and it's a horror anthology comic book with artwork done by Drew Moreland, with yours truly as well as Ron Purdy joining us as we go and have fun and do a horror comic book, and it's been a fucking blast for sure. Um, Chuck, man, you got anything you want to add before we introduce our guest for this evening?
Yeah, if anybody's wondering, the sunglasses are because I'm having eye issues, not because I'm trying to look fucking dramatic. Just throwing
Right,
that out there. Other
right.
than
You
that, not
had
at the
something
moment.
land in your eyes?
No.
No.
I have a blurred spot. I can't really see good. Everything looks weird. Like if I close one eye, like it's just this big, giant, blurry. Like it looks like
Yeah.
an episode of Cops in 1994.
Oh, that's horrible. That's horrible. Well, hopefully you get better, buddy. But
Yeah,
let's go
yeah,
ahead.
man. Thanks.
Let's introduce our guest for this evening, the amazing Jennifer Nangle. There she is. Look at that. We even get a pose and everything. Ron or not? Ron. Chuck, man.
Wow.
You guys
Oh,
look like. Why don't you do the poses?
That one of the poses?
can you
Yeah.
see
Wasn't
it?
it
Can you
fucking
see it?
Vogue?
Or is
Well,
there
I'm-
four of me?
I would love for Chuck every time he came online, he just a little something, Right. I will say that I do miss the fact that I don't think we had enough time today, but I know last episode I had you on, Jen. We did like a who did it better type thing, and
Oh, yeah.
I think we're gonna have to do that again at some point.
At some point, for sure.
I feel like I definitely won that, even though I just think everybody was biased.
No, I was voted best. Hello.
JB, I'm gonna have to go with Jen on this one.
Yes, so did everybody else but me.
There's a fucking reason for it, buddy.
Well, I'll have to have like the Jen Nangle posing classes. I'll have to train you guys on how to do all this stuff for sure.
Right.
Very
Sounds
natural.
like a plan.
I definitely like that idea. I feel like I'd be learning from one of the best for sure.
Oh, yeah, you will. Yeah.
Exactly. So anyway, Jen, I know that you have quite a bit of new things going on right now. I know you got one of your newest projects that's going on, and it has an Indiegogo campaign, which I am actually sharing at the moment. But can you tell us anything about that, or is it a little too early still?
Yeah, what I can tell you is that it is a horror anthology starring the Queen of Screams herself, Malvolia. Over the years, I've hosted a lot of other people's anthologies, but I'm finally getting to do it my way. So,
Like Frank Sinatra.
yeah, my way. But it's called Body Count, and it is a horror anthology that the evil wins. It basically showcases villainous women winning
Most of
in
them.
every situation. And I'm playing all the villain characters plus Malvolia and the wraparound story. And basically, the wraparound story is Malvolia is being interrogated for a crime that she may or may not have committed. And throughout the interrogation, she is giving out clues and telling stories for the detective to kind of piece together and find out. And the question is, will he put them together and solve it, or will he just lose in the end? I don't know. You're going to have to watch. You're going to have to donate first so we can make the movie, and then you can find out.
Right, and you guys can check that out over on
Sounds
the
killer.
Go campaign. The links
It's
are
going to be a
there.
lot of killer.
Malvolia
Yeah.
presents Body Count. I'm excited for it. As you
I
personally,
love the name.
I'm
Body
a
Count?
huge
Thank
fan
you.
of
Yeah.
anthologies.
I know. A lot of people love anthologies, you know, and I'm a fan too. And so I'm really excited to kind of piece all these things together and just slaughter the hell out of a lot of people.
Right.
Well, it's also one of my favorite bands is Body Count, so I'll let the name of it anyway.
Which is so funny because somebody said that they were like Ice-T and Body Count, and I'm like, what the hell is that? And now I know.
You never heard that?
You learned really
Body
quick.
Count. Yeah, man.
Now
Body Count's the
you
shit.
might be fucking up if you don't get licensing to use one song at least. No.
You should give it to me for free.
Maybe. You never know until you ask. The worst anybody could say is no, and I kind of live my life by that.
I was gonna say I hear no 8,000 times a day, so why not?
Exactly. You know, what's one more? It's like
I've heard you probably say no about that many times a day.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm excited for it. Like I said, I'm a huge fan of anthologies, and I will say a lot of these anthologies that you see nowadays, especially some of them more on the indie level, you see a lot of the lacking going around with the actual wraparound story, like at least in my personal opinion. So like, I'm really excited to see what you do with it, considering that I've basically watched everything that you've ever done, and I'm pretty sure you firsthand know that too.
Yes, and I
But
appreciate you, Jamie.
no, dude, no problem. I'm just excited to see what you do with a full feature with shorts by yourself doing everything, and
Yeah, I'm acting in all of
incredible.
it. I'm like overseeing everything. I'm not directing every single short, but I am overseeing them. I'm participating in all of them, creatively. So I'm hoping that it has that creative flow throughout the whole thing, because like a lot of anthologies, they kind of get broken up and they don't really flow together, and you kind of lose it with one and you're more excited about another. This one, I really hope everybody just stays consistent with the whole thing.
That's really cool. I can't tell you how many anthologies, and I know you know exactly what I'm talking about when I say this, but like where you'll get somebody who basically just search out for like 5 or 6 shorts that have nothing to do with each other and just tries to throw them together just to throw their name on something and push it out.
Exactly.
We don't know anybody like that.
Yeah, we.
Oh no, I guess not.
I gotta say, like I'll be perfectly fucking honest with you. I haven't watched every episode, but I've watched a good chunk of it. There's been many drunk nights. I'm like, I'm just gonna watch some of this shit. So I dig it. I really do, and I'm excited about this shit, man. Hell yeah! Congratulations on that.
I have watched them all. I will say that there is a specific episode that I definitely find a little bit better than the rest.
Oh, is it? Is it now?
Which one could that be?
Was it having something to do with like being on the air or something?
I think so. There was this really weird guy, and he was talking, and he got to spend some time writing and doing some stuff with a pretty woman. So, like, yeah, it turned out to be a fun time.
Oh, we should do it again. I mean, he should do it again.
I love it.
More reasons for JB to talk about himself.
Oh, whatever. I was not even talking about myself in that.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
You have no idea. So,
I have a clue.
Right. So I do know that obviously you got a lot of things going on with Malvolia and everything with this project. So I am going to go ahead and also share out your YouTube channel for anybody who wants to go back and check out a lot of the work that you've done in the past, as well as keeping up to date on all the work that you're doing in general, because I'm sure you're going to have quite a bit going on with it to begin with, which is
Just
awesome.
a little bit, yeah, just a little
Right.
bit.
Just a
Which is
little
great,
bit.
though. I'm really proud of you and really excited to see where everything's gonna go. I think this is gonna be something really, really cool. No joke, I'm super excited for this entire
Thank you.
for
That
sure.
means a lot. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Oh, it's you don't have to thank me. I'm happy to be able to just watch it and call myself a friend.
Ah,
You know,
Like
forever. Friend
like in
forever.
Cheers.
Yeah, we can go where everybody knows your name for sure.
we got somebody tuning
Golden
in.
Girls.
Greetings from Massachusetts. This is Kosak the Grand, and good luck with your new project.
Thank you. I'm also from Massachusetts, so thank you. Yes.
Yes. I do know that. I do know that. In fact, I was talking to a mutual friend of ours, and it was Ron, and
Oh, okay. I was like,
he brought up. He's like, "Did you know that Jen did this? Did you know about this? And like like some of the theater work and everything." I'm like, "Yeah, I do. I do know all that." I should have probably went into more detail and be like, "Yeah, there was this creepy guy that put out an entire biography about." As well as about 60 other just women, and nobody knows how this guy knows this information, but it's out there.
oh god.
Which is kind of funny though when you think about it, like because somebody did do that.
Yes. Yes.
And there is one guy that he also put a bio out about. There's like 60 women and one guy.
And just one guy. Oh, is it one just guy? Because I started going through it and I was like, oh, these are like a bunch of girls. Like, I don't know who any of these people are. And
They're
then
all women indie actresses.
ah,
And that's what kind of makes it even
creepy.
creepier.
It's creepy. If you're watching right now, it's a little creepy. I wish you could have asked me first before you put it up
A
there.
little cringeworthy there, buddy.
Just a tad bit, but it's what can you do? I guess
I mean, yeah, it was a bio that I had written about myself like years ago. So we found it somewhere on the internet. Where I don't know. Maybe my website. I haven't updated my website in like 80,000 years, but I don't
You're
know.
not that old. Lies.
Yeah,
I am a demoness,
very true, very true. So, anyways, I hope everybody had a chance to watch this movie. This is definitely a different movie compared to what we normally do, and with it being newer, we're kind of taking the take that we've done on a lot of these newer films, like when we did the new Resident Evil, where we're not trying to really spoil it for people because we want people
Rabid.
to go and check out some of these movies as well. So, I guess to go ahead and give a plot synopsis of this, which luckily is pretty easy to find. It
Luckily.
yeah. The movie involves Scooby Doo and his friends finding a strange object in the middle of nowhere, Kansas, the backwoods hometown of Courage and his owners, Eustace and Mariel Bagg. This was a little bit different than, like I said, from what we didn't do normally. This was directed by Cecilia Aronovic.
Say that 5 times fast.
Yeah, really.
Cecilia Aronovic. So, yeah, it's not gonna happen. I tried though. I tried.
A for effort.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's be
I wouldn't
honest.
even
More
try.
like a C for effort that time. I didn't even get to the second time all the way. Written by Michael Ryan with characters with you get your Hanna-Barbera there. I can do Michael Ryan 5 times fast for you. But
Double dog dare you.
Michael Ryan, what? Hold on.
Oh!
Is this gonna be like a Candyman thing where he's gonna come at me
God.
afterwards?
yeah, he's gonna come and haunt you.
You never know. You never
He's gonna
know.
appear behind you.
Right. Let's see here. John JB, where did you get that Crypt Keeper mask? It's freaking awesome. Which one? They're both Crypt Keeper masks.
Probably like
This one.
I'm thinking that one.
TV
Yeah.
show? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually a custom mask, and it costs as much as an original copy of one of the EC comics. And that's all the information I'll give. If you know about the EC comics,
Expensive.
yeah.
He made it rain for it.
And this one's from the comic book Crypt Keeper, and that one came from Trick or Treat Studios for about $60. So not as bad, to say the least. We got David. This movie reminds me of the series, the new Scooby Doo movies, where they would encounter real or fictional celebrities who played themselves. Yeah, in a
Yeah.
way, it's like I think it was wasn't it the new Scooby Doo movie? Yeah, that's what you said. But yeah, they definitely did encounter a lot of real celebrities as well as the fake ones on that show, and like me and Jen were actually talking about that before with a lot of the cool people they brought on with that show. Now just curious before we go on and continue with the cast, does anybody have a favorite celebrity that was brought on to the new Scooby Doo series back in the day? Because I know all of us kind of grew up watching some of this stuff in some way.
Well, we were talking the
Uh,
Harlem Globetrotters
um,
was bomb.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh,
Right.
I went and saw the Harlem Globetrotters when I was younger, and my dad. The reason why was because I'd watched that episode, or the episodes that they were on, and Dad was like, "Oh, the Harlem Globetrotters are coming around," and he said that I didn't have a frown on my face the whole night. That I just had a big smile the whole time. It was great. It was a great thing. It was cool.
Right.
So yeah, that was probably my favorite.
I will say, and I know it's a weird one, but I had a lot of fun, obviously, with the Batman one. But one of them that
Yeah,
really sticks out in my head is when they met Don Knotts. Like that one was
yeah.
always one that I always remembered and had a lot of fun watching back in the day.
Yeah,
You
agreed.
know, it was cool. Anyways, going back to this, we got Frank Welker doing the voice of Fred. We got Gray Griffin doing the voice of Daphne Blake. Kate Micucci. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right.
But Coochie,
Micucci. That sounds like
you see
Micucci to
my
me.
coochie?
Yeah.
It,
Makushi.
it might be. I don't know. She does the voice of
Makushi.
Velma Dinkley. Um, I will say probably one of the biggest actors involved with this is probably obviously we got Matthew Lillard coming back and doing the voice of Shaggy Rogers, which honestly he's no Casey Kasem by any means, but
He does a good job.
he does a good job.
He does a damn good job.
I've seen a lot worse coming from these kinds of things in general.
I think out of all of them, he's the only one that is close to the OGs.
The original, yeah.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I do think that the Courage and Cowardly Dog people though, like because there was Jeff Bergman who does Eustace, Thea White does Muriel Bag, and Marty Grabstein does the voice of Courage. I believe those ones are all like the original actors, but to be fair, Courage is like what half the age, if not even newer than what Scooby Doo is as a whole.
Grabstein sounds like should have been Weinstein's name.
Yeah, I guess so. It's probably.
I'm just saying. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, he's actually done. Yeah, he's been doing the voice of Courage for like basically forever, and it wasn't like his first thing ever, but it was his second real job. He did a thing before that called Bury the Evidence, and other than that, though, I mean, he's basically
Also a Weinstein thing. Oh, what?
Did you? What did you
What?
see?
No, he said also a Weinstein thing.
Oh, I don't
Bury
know.
the evidence. He buried his evidence.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Might not know. Oh, God. This is
Here we
getting-
go.
Yeah, that's for sure. Oh, God. Yeah, this is going to get really fucking weird, I think.
Because I'm here.
I was gonna say usually when Jen's here, we usually have a lot of fun and it kind of goes off the rails. So
Usually it does.
It's
There's
expected.
no arguing with that, for sure. But either way, it's still fun. I will say, too, that we're definitely trying something new right now. And I just checked on it. It's working pretty cool. So if we have anybody checking us out on Twitter, this is our first time doing that. And thank you guys for checking it out. Definitely an interesting way of checking it out. Unfortunately, I can't see any of your comments, though. So if you are on there and you are checking out and you do want to comment, come over to Facebook, go over to the YouTube channel, look up Tales from the Podcast /2G1CM. Easy as fuck to find.
tweeting alone's no fun. So come on.
So lonely.
There's Chuck kind of makes it.
Are you
sound
lonely tonight? Call 1-800. No, I'm just kidding.
right. Oh God. So
USA like commercials in the middle of the night. I remember that shit.
Oh,
in between
same.
fucking Girls Gone Wild and fucking commercials.
Those were annoying. That's all.
Yeah,
you
they were
saw.
so annoying.
I
They were kind of annoying after a while. But I had a hardcore porn, so it didn't matter.
You know, when you're a certain age as a male, I mean, sometimes you just take what you can get, even if it's an infomercial.
I mean,
Noted.
when you're like 12, yeah.
I was. You guys are all older than me.
No, I'm not. I'm younger than
Well,
you. What are you
you
talking
are.
about?
You're younger than me, but like all my guy
How old are
friends
you,
are older
Jen?
than.
I'm 28.
Yeah, at the most. I was gonna say probably closer to like
I'm
24.
38. I'm an
That's
old
right.
fuck.
Yeah, I'm 33. I'm only old compared to Jen. You know, but so anyways, what did everybody think of this movie? I'm really curious on what everybody thought about this one.
Are we going straight to rating it, or are we gonna chat about it?
Well,
Well,
no,
we're gonna talk about it a
we
little bit.
chat about it and
Okay.
everything, but I'm curious on what you guys all thought about it, and kind of give everyone a second to give their views on it, to say the least.
Do you want me to go first? I'll go first.
All right,
Go
let's let
first,
you
Jen.
go first then.
Okay. I thought that this was the weirdest movie that you were telling me to watch for one of your shows. I was like, what? What are we doing? Okay. All right. I'll go along with it. And then it was only an hour and 18 minutes. And I'm like, I totally can do this, right? I haven't watched Scooby Doo since I was 10, which was only 18 years ago. Not that long ago, right?
Right.
But I also haven't seen like a lot of animation.
Real quick.
I almost
Real
said
quick. Your
animation.
timeline makes about as much sense as Texas Chainsaw 3D did. Go on.
Okay. You didn't have to tell everybody, okay? Like whatever.
Hey, whatever. Welcome to the party, pal. Go on.
I'm still turning 28 in a couple weeks on my birthday too. I'm 28 for life. So
Better than
I haven't
27.
seen animation in a long time either. That I don't have any kids. I'm not a big huge fan. I usually don't watch like cartoons or anything like that.
Right.
So watching this was a little frustrating because I was going back to the day where it was Scooby Doo and the crew. What they call them teenagers in this movie. That was weird. Because I don't remember them ever being called teenagers. And then the one thing that broke my heart was Scooby Doo didn't say Scooby Doo Doo. He also had like full sentences,
Yeah,
which
he's
also threw me.
over the years he's grown a vocabulary.
Wow.
He really
Look at
has.
him.
He really has. He talks a lot
Yeah.
more these days. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I liked it when he was like, and then Shaggy would be like, that's what he said.
Yeah.
So I obviously didn't age well with this like new generation because it was kind of a letdown. But I also thought the story was like a little kooky. But then I was thinking, oh, it's for kids. Like maybe kids' attention spans don't like last.
They don't have a lot.
So
Have you ever seen Courage though? Have you ever seen Courage?
I have not seen Courage. I have
Okay.
not.
Okay.
Yeah. That's probably one of my big downfalls too, that I didn't understand this movie. Because I didn't even know he was an ongoing character. I thought he was just made up for this movie.
Well, he is an ongoing character, but in his own series.
In his own way.
I think it only lasted that show only lasted like 3 or 4 seasons at most. And that was in the late 90s, early thousands on Cartoon Network. So like even me, like I remember the first little bit of him, but like if I go and watch like some of the later episodes of Courage, I'm probably still not even gonna know what it is.
Yeah, or what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a little kooky, a little strange, and then the whole dancing at the end. But then again, I was like, you gotta think kid. You gotta think kid. Kid.
I'm hoping it gives you an idea for a really cool dance sequence and body.
You just need to have like just a random moment where just like everybody's choreographed and like doing some shit. Do some like old school Janet Jackson moves or something.
And you need to have a montage of you guys running through doors.
We'll have to find a meteorite.
Yeah. If you guys will, you need to add that in like your Indiegogo campaign. If you want like a random weird door montage for like $500,
we could.
And you have to do it just like Scooby Doo,
right?
Because they were doing the Thriller at one point. I was like, okay,
well, as you do. I love it though. I do. I'm sorry to interrupt though.
So those are my thoughts. It was an interesting time. Would I do it again? If you asked me, sure, but not on my own.
I will.
Okay, watch it again.
I will promise that the next time it's going to be a lot different. Trust me on that. I'll go ahead and go next with this one. As somebody who not only like, I guess I can just flat out say it. I'm kind of obsessive when it comes about Scooby Doo. I watched it growing up. I mean, I was in love with the cartoons. I mean, I've basically been in love with the horror genre since I was a child. And even though this might not be full blown horror, it definitely has like some of the early makings of what can get you into horror as a younger kid.
For sure. The
You
mystery
know,
and everything. Yeah.
yeah, and it was something that I really, really liked. Growing up. I mean, I grew up with the original Scooby Doo stuff, the Scooby Doo movies, a pup named Scooby Doo. My personal favorite and very short lived, the 13 Ghosts of Scooby Doo, which had Vincent Price doing one of the voices in. And I mean, I'm a huge fan of that one. And not only that, but I would say I'm obsessive enough where I can honestly say that even throughout the years progressed into my adult life, I have still kept up to date on every single movie as it came out, every show as it came
Yeah.
out. It's been one of those staples in my life where it's just like, even though I'm, in my 30s, I'm not ready to give up Scooby Doo. So it's just a weird thing.
Nah.
It is what it is. I have
At least
fun
you're
with it.
honest.
I am honest, and I have no problem with that. Will I say that this movie is a great movie? No. Will I say it's great with Scooby Doo standards? No. Will I say I still had a little bit of fun with it and it still gave me those feelings of checking out and watching Scooby Doo? Yeah, it did. And I do enjoy that, even though we have different casts for it. Like this isn't Scooby Doo meets the Boo Brothers by any means. This isn't the Reluctant Werewolf, but it's still fun on its own way. And as somebody with young children, it's still fun to actually check out. It's not horrible by any means. Yeah, the dancing in it, there's some weird things for sure. But we still do, like I said, the door montage thing. I mean, that is taking Scooby Doo back to its roots.
That's true. Yep.
We do have some of that kind of stuff. The bad guys in this one. I mean, some of it's kind of cheesy, but I mean, what do you expect from a Scooby Doo movie? Like, if you go into a Scooby Doo movie expecting, this to be like a highbrow 10 out of 10 film, high artsy thing, like you're fucking stupid to begin with. But
Like,
like,
like people going into a slasher film thinking it's going to be something like more amazing than it really is.
yeah, yeah,
Just saying.
You get a lot of that kind of stuff. But looking at this for what it was, I still had a lot of fun with it. I thought it was enjoyable. It does have its problems. I can't argue that. But I mean, it's still fun. Chuck, before I go ahead and pass it over to you, I'm going to catch up on some of these comments here.
Go ahead.
Let's see here. Blah, blah, blah. Where was I at? Right here, David. The second season of Scooby Doo, Where Are You? Had some monkey like songs. Yeah, they definitely were doing, things like that for sure. John, those dog years for animated dogs are a weird thing. Scooby is over 100 already. I believe that. And it's fucking crazy to think about that, but
And Bart Simpson's still 10, so there really is nothing you can really say about it.
that is true.
True.
That is true. The original opening for Scooby Doo, Where Are You? Did not have the opening theme song, but a more scary opening theme. Yeah, you are right.
True.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the bats and everything, and the
Oh,
haunted house
yeah.
thing.
I love that opening. Yeah.
That was awesome.
I
Yeah.
shouldn't be able to remember that as much as I do. But going back to what you were saying, Jen, they were mostly referred to as kids.
Kids. Yeah,
Meddling
not
kids.
teenagers.
Those
They were
meddling
meddling
kids.
kids.
Meddling kids.
Yes, yes. See, Cartoon Network had some great original programming like the Powerpuff Girls and Johnny Bravo. Yeah, I think they've actually remade Powerpuff Girls because I know my 6-year-old daughter kind of is into some of that stuff. John saying, if only Scrappy Doo could have been giving the death that he deserved. Hey, don't judge me.
Oh,
It is what it is. The only thing I'll honestly say, the only thing that I like Scrappy in was probably the 13 Ghosts of Scooby Doo. He was always kind of an annoying little shit, but I mean, you get that occasionally with shows. Unless you're the one writing it and making it, you really can't complain.
yeah. My dog is pretty much like Scrappy.
Right.
Completely like Scrappy.
Let's see. Shanty, late to the show, but I'm here. Thanks, Shanty. Appreciate
What's up,
you, buddy.
Shanty?
Let's see. In a pup named Scooby Doo, Velma's catchphrase of Jinkies was a signal for when she found a clue. Yes, it was. Yeah, Pup Named Scooby Doo was definitely a lot different in that aspect. And Shanty also. Scooby Doo taught us the real monsters are human. Yeah, right from
Yep.
the get go. Right,
Truth.
as your
Just proved
kids,
to
it's
me that
like, hey,
monsters are
everybody
real.
that's bad is definitely a person in a mask, and it's true on many levels when thinking about it too. It definitely is. So, Chuck, man, why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about your thoughts and views on this one?
Well, first off, like I've been like you, been into horror since I was really younger. Scooby Doo was a cartoon that I'm pretty sure my dad got me into watching it too. And the one thing that I really liked about it was the fact that it had the horror elements and all that. So like I've always loved it, always. When I became a parent, um, I kind of my love for Scooby Doo, like I realized, like man, this is what I'm missing in my life. My daughter, when she was real little, like she got into Scooby Doo hardcore, and it made me go, you know what? I'm a parent. I can watch this show with my kid, and it's going to be fun, and it is. And my son loves it. Scooby Doo's a big thing in my house, and we try to watch every new one that comes out. And this one was really it was different. It was really strange. But the thing is Courage, because I have watched many episodes of that having kids. Um, Courage is you feel bad for the dog because he has a bad trip in every fucking episode. Like he really does. Like he sees things. It kind of shows like maybe your dog like is you think your dog's wagging his tail because he goes out. Maybe he's just terrified. Like it's when I found out that there was this movie where it was Courage and Scooby Doo. I was like, oh, this is gonna be an acid trip, and I was pretty much correct about that, which is why it's so trippy and why it's just kind of weird and kind of out there is because Courage is that it's that show. It's the weird. It's the kind of shit you watch when you're fucking eating some shrooms, and just chilling out. I liked it personally. Um, Being a fan of Courage, being a fan of Scooby Doo, having them meet together is always. Anytime they meet characters together, it's always pretty cool. And me and my son, we watched it twice now, and we had a blast watching it both times, and I thought it was funny. Um, I I thought it was interesting. It was different. There was a few issues. I can't remember what they are now. They weren't anything major, but I liked it. I did, and I he's already telling me he wants to watch it again. So we're gonna watch it probably about 4 more times in the next like week. So, but yeah, I enjoyed it. But I mean, it's hard for me not to enjoy any Scooby Doo movies because I mean they're all fun. I mean it's one of the pluses about being a parent is like I said, you get to go back and revise like your love for certain shows, and you get to kind of like enjoy it with a kid, and especially being a stoner, it kind of works out too. Just gonna throw it out there, if you're a parental stoner, it's perfect. Go take you some bong hits and then go up front and watch like Scooby Doo with the kids. It'll make you a better. It'll make you a better parent. It really will.
You want to be able to handle hanging out with your kids a lot more. Get really fucking high.
No, that's not the case. But it does help. It does help. So.
Yeah, getting through that digging sequence. Oh my lordy, they were digging for forever.
Okay, so real quick, I'm gonna have to do this. That audio thing I was having problems with every fucking time we've been on here. Yeah, everybody is getting really loud and robotic. I'll be right back.
Oh wow, yeah. Well,
Okay.
you do have that issue whatsoever.
He didn't know I was trying to be robotic.
Yeah, it's just Chuck's thing. Shanty, I'm not 100% sure where everyone can find it because actually, when this one came out, I purchased it, but I own all the Scooby Doo stuff. I would assume, considering it's Scooby Doo, I know it's not on HBO Max, but it might be on Peacock or
I know you
Boomerang.
could rent. Obviously, you could rent it. You could rent it
Right.
on a lot of the channels.
Yeah, you can in like anything like this. I mean, the renting cost on something like this is probably $2.99 or $3.99 at the most. So it's not horrible. Hey Shanty, if you really want to, man, I'll send it your way and let you borrow my DVD. you know, you're a good guy, and I want everyone to be able to go ahead and check out something like this. It's a lot of fun. Even if it's not as good as some of the
Sorry about
other
that,
stuff,
guys.
it's fun. You're good. How's your sound now, buddy? Doing better?
At the moment, it's good. I don't know what is up with it, man. It's really starting to piss me off.
Yeah.
Because of the
Well,
last 3 times we've been live, like I've had this issue, and it one freaks me out because it just comes like as a sizzle, and then slowly it just goes. And it's like loud. I'm like, God,
Maybe you have a
can't do it.
demon in your phone.
I have a demon somewhere else. But yeah,
I'm gonna have to agree with Jen on this one, and maybe you have a demon in your phone.
Maybe it's
it wouldn't
possessed.
surprise me. Might be.
Um,
It's my own fault.
do you have a Ouija
Hell,
board?
Satan. No, I don't fuck with those for a reason.
Really? You're gonna say "Hail Satan," but I mean, Ouija board. I don't fuck with that. That's too scary for Chuck. Come
Yeah,
on.
Ouija boards are different from saying hell, Satan. I've had experiences that didn't end the best when it came to the Ouija boards. That's for another episode.
I got a couple of them. I actually
I have a couple of them too.
think they're really cool.
Well, that's great
Yeah.
for you, I guess.
Shanty, my daughter is a huge Courage fan and Scooby Doo. She'd love it. Oh, dude, yeah, I'll definitely get it your way for sure, man. It's a cool one. It's at the very least something to watch with your kids. I will say it's not the best of the newer ones. I guess if you're really gonna get into the newer ones, one of my personal favorites is probably they did a newer Scooby Doo movie going back to the 13 Ghosts of Scooby Doo, where they actually finish up with the 13 Ghosts because in the series that only lasted one season, they never actually got that last one. So in the
Yeah.
movie, they actually go and finish it up, and I think the movie came
Oh,
out
that's
like a year ago.
cool.
Yeah, yeah, I really liked it. It was something really cool. I mean, like let's be honest. For me personally, it wasn't like a full build up from the time it aired because I mean I think it aired originally in the '80s, and I was too little for that. But
Same. I don't really remember it either.
right,
Maybe actually, I got a oh,
30-year build up for me. But go ahead.
I got a question. All right, are you a fan of Zombie Island?
Yeah,
Scooby Doo. Okay.
yeah, and I've seen
What
the
did you
Return to Zombie Island.
did you like it?
The Return.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it was fun. It was
I
a different
thought it was
take
good.
on it. It was kind of like almost as if they were going like a very what would you call it? Like a different way of going about a Scooby Doo movie.
Right.
It was like, like they had a little bit more insight to what was actually going on and they kind of knew more. I'm not sure exactly what you would call it, but it was different. I wouldn't say it's nearly my favorite. I think the first original Zombie Island was much better.
Oh yeah.
But
I
I
was
also
probably
think
way more excited than I probably should have been when I found out it was coming out.
well, the first Zombie Island movie came out. That was one of like, I guess that first step from like the classic Scooby Doo movies, like the
Mhm.
Reluctant Werewolf and Boo Brothers, to like
Yeah.
this newer kind of style of animation. So like it still had that older kind of animation, but with an updated storyline. So that like the first Zombie Island actually was kind of cool in that aspect in comparison. Like I'm sure Jen would agree with me. Like there's something about that older animation style that was definitely a lot more fun to watch.
Yeah, agreed. It was like a little bit more spookier. It felt like,
A little
yeah,
more gritty.
yeah.
Right. Yeah. Which anybody who is a Scooby Doo fan at any point in time in their life, I really hope they would agree with that because I know they've definitely come up with some series that were definitely a lot different kind of styles of animation.
I
Right.
have a quick question.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fred and Daphne had a moment in this movie.
They've had a
Yeah.
few moments.
Yeah. Over the years, it's definitely grown.
So are they together? Or is it just like
They're not necessarily together, but I think they're fuck buddies.
Okay.
I think Fred
just
likes
don't
his
talk
ascot
about it.
too much.
Can you blame them? If you had one, you'd fucking wear it all over.
They kind of
did you ever-
match too. She has a scarf. He's got an ascot. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you ever see the Kiss? I'm sure you probably did the Kiss one, where they had that song like "Don't Take My Ascot." That's actually Kiss doing that song, and it's so like it's funny. It's like barbershop shit.
Shanty says Fred and Daphne were definitely fucking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I don't like Fred's new voice though. Like he was ugh. Every time he
Well,
spoke, and he only spoke
considering
twice.
the original guy's dead, we can't really
Bring him
because
back from the grave,
from
y'all.
the
We can resurrect him
I
for
don't
this.
even think that's gonna be a good idea.
I agree.
Ugh.
Well, it's actually kind of funny because, all right, so the guy that did it was Frank Welker. He is known for doing, he was
A lot of shit.
Shockwave and Soundwave on the Transformers movies. He was
Mhm.
Galvatron in Transformers. In the 1995 Mortal Kombat, he was Shao Kahn and Reptile.
No shit. I
Yeah.
mean,
So,
really?
like, this guy has a career and probably, like, I wouldn't say, like, a great career by any means, but, I mean, he's been around, he's done things. He did some of the voice work for Star Wars Resistance, um, the Guardians of the Galaxy TV show. I mean, the guy's done a lot of things in general, but, I don't really care for his Fred voice to begin with. I
The-
think that he was one of them that started on the, Be Cool Scooby Doo show, which is one of the newer Scooby Doos, which is, more directed at even younger kids.
I mean, even Daphne's voice was like razor blades too. Like Velma was somewhat tolerable, and then obviously Shaggy was the best. But
Right, yeah, Grey Griffin was the one that did Daphne, and I don't really know too much about her. She did, in the Arkham City video game, she did the voice of Catwoman. She's done a little bit of voice acting. She did, some stuff on some of the Transformers stuff as well. A lot of TV shows. It just seems like she's basically a voice actress that's
Mhm,
just
mhm.
done a few things here and there. Um, Nothing really to stand out. Nothing against her or whatever. I mean, obviously she's had, quite a bit of work through the years, but it's, like little voice acting roles on basically a lot of shows. But it's really cool. Let's see. She also does a voice in one of Ron's favorite video games. She plays, in the Destiny 2 Forsaking. She plays the awoken female voice.
Ooh, I
Yeah, yeah,
wonder how awoken she is.
not very.
Well,
Kate Mikuchi that does Velma though, she's actually had quite a career herself too.
Mm,
Um, she's done, a little bit more films than some of the other people. Nothing like super super big, but, she, like When in Rome, she did like some of the newer stuff for the new version of DuckTales, the Lego Batman stuff. My youngest daughter likes that Steven Universe show. She does some
yeah.
voice in that over the years. I
Wow.
mean, she's been around. She did some of the Spy Kids stuff. She's been in the Scooby Doo thing for quite a while as well, which is cool. She also does, a lot of the Ninja Turtle voice stuff, which is also cool.
mm.
She has, a nice little stint of, episodes on The Big Bang Theory. So I mean, she's definitely dabbled outside of just,
Voice acting.
yeah, just the voice acting, which is pretty cool for that. I mean, other than Matthew Lillard, she might be the only other person that has.
Yeah.
And, some of her acting stuff goes back to even like, Malcolm in the Middle too, which, Mrs. Mikuchi is definitely not that old. I am gonna say that in an
I would love. I'm glad that it's not that
Makuchi.
old of Makuchi.
She is Makuchi.
yeah, she's
Zoinks,
pretty
G
young too.
Scoob.
Jinkies.
Right. And yeah, Shanty, you're right. Nobody can compete with Casey Kasem. That, let's
I'm
be
Casey
honest
Kasem.
though, Lillard's not a bad replacement. It's not
Mm-mm.
like they did really bad.
He's a
Like,
super nice dude too.
yeah, definitely. And I
I got
mean
to meet him.
that guy, you want to talk about, acting chops. I mean, that guy's done so
Phenomenal.
many genres. I mean,
Mhm.
Mhm.
he's a legit actor. If you like him or not, I mean, he's
He's got
proven his
range.
value,
Fun,
yeah.
fun little Matthew Lillard story. My mom works Scarefest, which is a nice little horror con in Lexington. And Matthew Lillard, like the whole Scream thing was going on one year, and mom went to she goes to like the parties, like the before parties and the after parties and all that shit.
Right.
And she partied with Matthew Lillard actually, and he grabbed her phone and took like a shitload of selfies with both of them. and me and my girlfriend at the time got to meet him, and he was a little tipsy. He was drinking. You know, he was having a good time. He was great with everybody. I mean, like the guy just knows how to talk to people. I mean, he made kids feel like they were 100%. Like, I mean, he was cool, and made me feel like a kid. Because I'm talking to him like, dude, like, love Scream. I love, SLC Punk's one of my favorite movies of all time. Back when I was a punk rocker, and he grabs my arm because I've got a Misfits tattoo, and he goes, what do you mean used to be a punk rocker? You still are a punk rocker. And I was like,
yes,
you're right, man. You're right. And I actually asked him, I was like, man, you plan on doing it? Because he was in 13 Ghosts, which is a really underrated movie. I love that movie. The remake.
The original's better. I'm sorry.
The original, I mean, but the remake was good though.
The remake was good. It's
it's fun regardless.
It's also in Hackers.
Yeah, like no, like I was talking to him and I was like, man, like do you plan on doing anything horror related or whatever? And he kind of was saying like where he's got kids and everything now, like he's kind of like sticking to Scooby as much as possible, that kind of thing, and stuff that isn't so crazy.
There are a lot of people that don't want to make certain things because their kids can't watch it. It's that to me is very interesting.
It pisses me the fuck off so fucking much. I'm not even gonna lie about it.
Oh, okay.
Like Warwick Davis stepping away for horror for his kids made me so angry.
Yeah, because look what we got after that. Hornswoggle.
Yeah, and then the guy after that. I mean, it's just oh god. I can kind of. If Warwick Davis ever listens to this, I miss you so much in the horror world. I wish you'd come back and be my creepy little person again.
Willow, come back to us. Come back to us, Willow.
After saying that live, he'll definitely never come back.
You're like, never.
You're my creepy little guy.
I mean, honestly, if I was famous for being like a killer in a movie or some shit, like I'm gonna show that shit to my kids. But like, look what Daddy can do. See how I sawed that person's head off?
I can do that to your friends.
Killed people in space. Come on, Warwick Davis.
Hey, and he's also in the hood with Ice-T a couple of times. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
Circling back to Ice-T, body count in the house.
You're right. Talking about body count. Check out the Indiegogo campaign that Jennifer is running. It is going to be awesome. How are you doing on that, by the way?
I'm at 12%.
Awesome. Hey,
slowly but surely.
I mean, like that's still awesome though. I mean, you're doing it, you're getting the word out there, it's coming along. Hopefully, obviously, as I mean, doing all of the promotions and stuff is a big deal when it comes to it. And it's hard to raise any amount of money. And you're at like what'd you say, 12%?
Yep.
So I mean that's still good considering how much you need to make something like this. So I mean, is there any kind of backup plans with it and everything? Like, say you don't hit like your full goal and you get pretty close, are you still planning on trying to go through with this project regardless? Or you?
Absolutely. Yeah. Wait, it would obviously I would have to like fine tune a lot of stuff. Like there's a special effects guy that I want to bring into LA. I've worked with him before. He's dope. He's amazing. His stuff is so realistic. But that stuff costs money. Locations cost money. Certain actors cost money.
Yeah.
Food.
Do you guys have any really cool actors in mind for this that you're able to share?
We're kind of playing with some ideas. But it just really depends on if I raise extra because these people are expensive.
Oh yeah.
Like even for
you could probably get Nick Cage really cheap.
Who?
Nick Cage. You probably Gary Busey.
Who?
Yeah, Gary Busey really cheap.
Now look here, my whole
legitimate movie, guys.
Will he even show up on time? Like, will he be memorized?
No, he probably wouldn't. He probably wouldn't. And he'd probably have to meditate and show you like 50,000 things that are weird as fuck before he does it. Which is why we love Gary Busey.
Oh my God, I'd cry.
I
mean, like this location's 150 an hour. We need to roll. Oh, you want to show me this again? Okay, here we go.
That's honestly probably how it would go.
Right.
No, I don't have that patience.
I wrote a song today. You want to hear it?
I like the idea though of you making a movie with a bunch of washed up actors that have just like completely lost their mind. Like
I would have to like honestly take a year off after I did that. Like it is exhausting.
Now I want to see you work with Gary Busey. I'm just saying.
Let's
like
tweet him.
working
Maybe
with a
he's watching this
child.
on Twitter.
Right.
be like, hey, Miss Jen,
Just
can we listen to this song, please? Like, I can
Just-
see him just basically acting like my kids.
just send him.
But
Just
we
send
say
him.
this line first, and then we'll listen to the song.
Just send him a voicemail in that voice that you do sometimes, and I'm sure he'll probably be okay with it.
What voice I do? What's the
Doesn't
voice?
matter.
Wow. No.
Okay. What you know that voice, huh, Chuck?
Yeah, he does. He knows it real good. God damn it.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
I'm actually blushing. Oh my god. That voice they do.
so with this
Yeah,
movie, guys,
baby. Yeah.
where would everybody rate it going on a scale from 1 to 10? Chuck, why don't we
Oh.
go ahead and start with you?
1 to 10.
1 to 10.
I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun watching it. I watched it twice. I want to watch it again. I'm cool with that. I think I'm probably gonna give it a 7.
All right. All
Probably give it
right.
a 7. Wasn't the best one, but it was good.
What about you, Mrs. Ningle?
Mrs. No. Just
Miss.
Miss.
Miss Ningle.
What do you? What? Oh, miss. What don't get it wrong. What are you doing?
Hey,
Mhm.
you never know what can happen.
Don't be starting rumors.
Well, somebody might be listening to this like a few years down the road. It might change.
Somebody
Be
else.
prepared.
Somebody else knows that voice. Well, I'm just-
Ooh.
So,
That voice. I would also give it a
That's
7.
the one. What?
7. All right. Well, good job, guys, making me look like the asshole of the group. I'm probably gonna have to go and give it like a 6, 6.5.
Dang.
I thought it was fun. I thought it was interesting, but like even comparing it to like the newer ones, it's still lacking for me. I think, Jen, I know that you haven't really had an opportunity to go back and watch as many of these as I have, but like this isn't the like the 13 Ghost one that they did. This isn't even like they did a Halloween one that was pretty cool. They even went into the Return to Zombie Island. They did a Sword in the Stone one. They even had what
That one wasn't that good. You were right about that, by the way. We
No.
watched that one.
No, yeah. And then they did
was
a-
alright, but it
a
wasn't
new
great.
one with the Batman stuff, which was the Brave and the Bold, which was pretty cool, especially if you're a Batman fan. But even with a lot of these newer ones, there was not as much of a comparison to it. Like this one was definitely weaker than those. And like if I'm talking Scooby Doo and I had to just rate the movies, and I had to have one of them being out of 10, that would probably be something like The Reluctant Werewolf or the Booze Brothers or the Ghoul School. And those ones were a lot of fun for me. And just in comparison, there's no way I could give this higher than a 6 or a 6.5. Just thinking about that.
That's
Like,
actually better than what I thought you were going to give it.
It's not like I hated or didn't like it at all, but I mean, I'm looking at this movie and trying to compare it to other movies that are in the same boat as it. And just
Was
the
I bothering
reality
you,
is-
Jen?
it
Yeah.
might be. You put it out. Put it out, Chuck. If you want to keep hearing that voice. Ooh. So, but I still thought it was fun. I can't complain. But anyways, before we go ahead and wrap this up, I definitely want to go ahead and share your links again. And Jen, if you have anything that you would like to share and talk about too, I mean, feel free to let everybody know what you got going on, where they can find you. I know you're on all the social medias, and I mean, it's basically pretty easy to find you. But
Is it?
if you want to, I thought so. I mean,
Oh,
Apparently,
I'm
some people were making bios and stuff that you already had years ago.
that's true.
well,
I guess so.
So,
yeah, there is that.
Google. What else can we find on Google?
Please just don't show up at my apartment. Just don't do that.
Yeah, that never works out in the
Too late.
Hollywood world
I
with
have
people
3
showing up
days
at
off
actors'
next
houses.
week, and I was planning a trip.
Oh, well, you're like different. I'm just talking about like people
Oh,
out
yeah.
there.
See, so I am. I was joking about that, but now I know I can. So
Yeah,
it's
but if I come knocking at your door, cops are going to come around. Who the fuck is this guy?
What's going on? Yeah, so I am 8 subscribers away from 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. So if you could
no
visit
fucking
my
way.
channel, my Malvolia channel, youtube.com/c/Malvolia, the Queen of Screams. There are 5 seasons there that you can enjoy and get terrified from because I'm not a very nice person on there. And if you could hit that subscribe button, I will love you forever. Other than that, I just shot a segment that I'm hosting for Amityville Apartments. It's a anthology about the Amityville world. Don't know when that's going to be out yet. Probably later on this year. I'm just really focusing on body count. So if you want to join our crew and be a contributor, check out the Indiegogo. I think we've got like 34 days left, and help me get above 12%.
Nice. I actually just checked, and you're wrong about your Malvolia. You are 6 subscribers away.
I'm 6 subscribers away.
6.
Holy
So
6.
everybody, please check that out. The links are in here on YouTube as well as Facebook. I mean, Malvolia, the Queen of Screams. I mean, if you don't already know it, you're already messing up there anyway. But I mean, subscribe to it, check it out. There's a lot of cool shit in there, and I mean, if you really dive deep in there, you might even see people you recognize, which is
Like
always
on air.
on the air. Yeah. Chuck's is like. Anyways, though, I mean, I'm really excited for you. I'm really happy that you got all this going on. I'm even more happy to see your page growing and everything too. It's really cool just from the first time I met you and everything, and being able to talk about everything, and then like going from basically you were going into season 2 at that time when I first met you. I think
Really? That long ago?
it's definitely been a while.
Dang.
I mean, it's been a little bit, that's for sure.
Yeah, hot
And
minute.
then
Look at that.
yeah, and then I mean, now you're doing a whole film on it. I mean, that's just awesome. I'm super excited, and I'm very proud of the work that you've done with it. I mean, it's awesome to be able to know you, and hopefully, when things kick off really, really good big, like you wouldn't be too big to pop back on here and say, hey.
Depends on what movie you're watching.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna make sure the next one's a lot better for you. That is See, I'm thinking you would be perfect after we get done doing our comic book stuff, because Chuck and I were talking, and I was like, and I didn't suggest you for this movie yet. I didn't suggest anybody, but I suggested the movie to Chuck, and I think he knows which one I'm talking about. But I think you would really like it. So, maybe in the future you might want to watch some American Mary with us.
Oh, I would love to watch some American Mary with you.
So yeah, I mean, I got some things I've been thinking about and throwing down the pipeline there. Just we're waiting to do too much of our pushing on a lot of it till obviously crowdfunding and stuff takes up a lot of time, as you
God,
know.
it really does. Yeah, but I will forewarn you, Facebook sometimes says that I'm a Suska. It tags me as a Suska. Whenever anybody posts pictures of them, it tags me. I'm like
really?
their long lost like triplet, I guess. Yeah.
Well, that was actually really cool, because the Saskas actually went and they already liked all of our stuff too. So it's kind of cool, because then it's like I got all 3 of you.
We're all together as a family.
Right. I definitely like it. Well, to be fair, Jen spells her name the same way as you too. So I kind of, well, I don't know if she does anymore. I think she did for a while, but both of them are very, very nice ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Even though I know that there are certain people out there that don't really care for them, Ron. I still think they're amazing, and I think their work is incredible.
Support female in horror, women in horror.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
not just women in horror, but Chuck in horror too, which is like borderline there.
I mean, he's kind of in the middle of horror right now. Like he's in the middle of.
He has no idea what's even going on. That's what
Is he
makes it
logging
funnier.
in? Is he logging out? Is
I
he?
don't know.
He's in
It,
limbo.
it's just one of those things. They're gonna end up wrapping up without him probably today.
Oh,
Yeah, well, I mean, he's going in and out, in and out. I'm not sure he realizes what's even happening at this point in time. Hopefully he ends up getting back on here beforehand. I think he is. Let's
hey,
see.
there he
No,
is.
there
Hey,
he is. There
sorry,
he is.
man. I don't know what I don't. It's that demon,
Hey,
man. I
hey,
don't know what's
hey,
going on.
hey. Sometimes
Possessed.
it's fine, dude. Don't worry about it. Just we'll keep going. We'll keep going. We're
So
wrapping up
angry.
anyway. Yeah, well, it's okay. Shanty says you're buffering.
He's buffering.
Right. Just in general, Chuck is just consistently buffering. But anyways, guys, go check out what Jen has going on. Go check out the Milvolia YouTube page. Go check out her Indiegogo campaign. Go like and follow her on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I mean, any kind of support you can show is good. And hey, even if you can't go and actually donate to the Indiegogo, because let's be honest, times are rough for people at times. You can always share it, and sharing is a great way to still help a project out.
Because I keep getting shadow banned. So if you could totally share it, I will love you forever as well.
Sharing is only good as long as it's not an STD.
Even
Sharing
then,
is caring.
Yeah.
Even then.
That
Even then.
Even drip dick.
Oh God, that's horrible. Well, you know, you always got me to share your stuff. That's for sure. And I mean, that's you don't even have to ask for that shit. And I'm sure Chuck's the same way on that. We definitely share the projects that we believe in.
Thank you.
And you know, we got a lot of faith in you, and we're really hoping to see something great. That's for sure.
Okay.
No pressure. No pressure. No pressure. It's not like we're anybody anyway. So
Yes, you are. Stop it. You are.
oh, you know what I mean. But
maybe you'll all watch Body Count for one episode sometime.
ooh, I like that, and then we'll review it. And I think Chuck's taking a shit on the air now.
He's
I'm not sure what's
buffering.
happening. Oh God, Shanty says
I can't. Everything. I don't know if you're talking to me or not. I just.
it's all good. Shanty says no mention of anal. I'm proud.
What?
Yeah. Well, I'll definitely have to fill Jen in on that afterwards. But thank you so much for coming on, Jen. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up before Chuck has too many more issues. So thanks everybody for tuning in. We love you all. Check out what Jen has going on. Check out our comic book. Check it all out. Love and support indie horror. We're doing the best we can with everything. And with that being said, the crypt is closed.